Welcome to the show, everyone. Now, if I say the word bufflegrass, what do you think of? Maybe that it's a nuisance, it's invasive, it's a safety hazard for wildfires. Well, that is exactly why February is actually Beat Back Bufflegrass Month. Ooh, I said it without messing up. BJ Cordova with Tucson Clean and Beautiful and Kim Franklin with Arizona Sonora Desert Museum are here to tell us why this is so important. You guys, thank you so much for coming.
Good morning. Thank you.
Having us.
Now, if somebody by chance doesn't know what bufflegrass, that is what we have here, correct?
Yes, this is dry bufflegrass.
This is the thing we're talking about, the nuisance that I was talking about. And I did say you guys are both with two different organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Why have both of the organizations decided to kind of jump on board with this?
Well, the Desert Museum its mission is to inspire people to live in harmony with the Sonoran Desert. This is one of the very biggest threats that we face to the Sonoran Desert, especially the areas around the Desert Museum. So Tucson Mountain Park, this is a huge threat. So it's definitely a top priority for us at the Desert Museum.
Because we're tying this in with Save the Saguaros is basically how this all comes together.
Yes, this grass is the #1 threat to saguaros. So it's the most immediate threat. If we don't do something about this grass, in the future, our kids, our grandkids may not have saguaros.
Oh, that would be a horrible thought to think about. Bufflegrass, I'm looking at you. What about Tucson Clean and Beautiful?
So Tucson Clean and Beautiful has its mission to preserve and improve our environment and conserve natural resources and enhance the quality of life here in the metropolitan Tucson area. So bufflegrass is obviously also a threat to our quality of life here. We all enjoy the outdoor environment, and certainly having natural areas totally infested by bufflegrass makes them not aesthetically pleasing and also unsafe for people that either live nearby or want to use those areas. For example, our public lands like A Mountain.
Right. Now, we think February, we might think, Valentine's Day, but what we also need to think about is that it's Beat Back Bufflegrass Month. And the mayor actually proclaimed that month to be so. So that's why we're talking about it, kind of getting a little bit ahead of the month. Why is that so important to kind of have a month to focus on this?
So part of the reason that we focus on a month is that we try to attract additional attention to help people identify not only that this is a concern throughout the community, whether you're in the foothills or south side and east to west. It's a threat for our urban environment, but also for our natural areas. So it's a major challenge, but everybody needs to do their part to care for whatever lands are under their stewardship, whether it's private property or to get involved in public spaces with the many volunteer projects. I think Kim actually has a list of some of those upcoming ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of upcoming bufflegrass pulls. So I just want to say, even if you've never pulled bufflegrass, you have no idea what it is, you can still come out. People will show you what it is, they'll give you the proper tools, and they'll show you what to do. But this coming weekend, we have pulls in Marana. We have a pull in Catalina State Park, a beautiful place to go. A pull in the Tucson Mountains. And then the following weekend, we're going to have an afternoon pull on Friday at A Mountain. So great to get out there, as well as pulls by Skyland Alliance in the Catalinas and the Desert Museum in the Catalinas, as well as in Saguaro National Park. So we have lots of options for people geographically. Pick somewhere that you want to go, somewhere that's close to maybe where you live, and get out there and learn what bufflegrass is and be able to identify it and help save a few saguaros.
And another reason why this is so important, or why we're talking about this, is bufflegrass seems to spread pretty quickly. Is that kind of another reason why, one, we're in so many different locations, and again, kind of that invasive nuisance that it's become?
Yes, bufflegrass is an incredibly robust, resilient grass, and so it spreads quickly. It's a prolific seed producer, producing lots of seeds. It greens up very quickly after just a little bit of rain, so this is what it looks like most of the year.
Right.
But after our first monsoon rains, it will green up rapidly, and it'll look lush and beautiful, put on a lot of seeds, and so yeah, it spreads exponentially.
And of course, I did mention, the danger that comes with the wildfires, and this is the main thing that we're kind of correlating. This kind of a bufflegrass, the dried,
this is fuel for
absolutely
very hot fires.
And there's so many reasons why. So we're talking about the different pools in different parts of the location. Can anybody come out and volunteer?
Generally we're looking for volunteers, say age 12 and up, so they can be strong enough to dig it up. Really, the bufflegrass plants themselves, the roots are only a couple of inches down into the ground. So with a shovel or a pick or a mattock, you can usually pretty easily get that out of the ground. You just have to loosen the soil enough since our soils out here are very hard and many of the areas are rocky. So we have places where people can volunteer that are relatively flat terrain, and other areas where you get to be a mountain goat for a little while and climbing all over.
And be a mountain goat for a day. I love that. And of course, if we want to volunteer, do we just show up, or how do I let you know I want to volunteer?
You can go to www.bufflegrass.org and you can sign up. There's a whole list of sites, and you can pick one that suits your needs, what's convenient for you, and sign up, and then we'll know. And if you just show up too, people will be happy to help you get started. So
absolutely, we'll take all the hands on deck that we can
get.
take. I'll remind everybody the information on how to get a hold of you. But thank you so much for one, identifying it. This is what we're looking for, people. And then, of course, how we can help. You guys, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Now, there are several events taking place throughout, actually, all the way into early March, with more than 20 locations planned for bufflegrass removal. To get involved or to learn more, please visit bufflegrass.org or give them a call at 520-837-6832.